Okay, so I'm gonna record a video because I'm probably gonna forget to do this when I actually do the job. But I am looking to do drive belts on the car because the car has, what is it, 48,000 miles on it right now. I drive to clear my head basically, and I also obviously track the car, but that's why a lot of miles in this car because I like driving this thing around basically. Anyhow, so 48,000 miles, the interval for your drive belt is 48K, and then you check every 8,000 miles, and I kind of treat that as if you hit 48K, might not be a bad idea to replace the belt, so I'm going to replace the belts basically. So the way belts work on this car is you got your main drive, your crank pulley all the way down there. And your, I believe this is your alternator, and your 8C compressor is right underneath there. There's three things on this accessory drive: this crank, your alternator, and then your compressor all the way down there. I'm getting this right up and not getting them backwards. I'm forgetting. Anyhow, like alternator and compressor are the only two things, and there's also another drive for your water pump, and that's a thin one over there. So the way this works is water pump's on a stretch belt. So the way you do with the water pump is you just get a stretch belt tool, and you get like the Lyle or any of the cheap plastic ones. You just clip it on there, and you just rotate the crank, and then you'll be able to get that off. To do that on the Elantra specifically, you are going to need to rip the wheel out. We don't have an access panel like the Veloster does, so you are going to need to pretty much, the easiest way would be to take the entire fender liner off, which is just what I'm going to do in this case. So you get a couple of clips, pull the fender liner off, get easy access to the crank. If you've seen Gen Racer's video on the TC America car on the Hyundai channel, you definitely should, and they have some views of what that access looks like with the drive belt removed. Not the drive belt, with the fender liner removed, there's easy access to the crank, so you can go and turn it and then get that water pump pulley off. But the one that always freaks everybody out is obviously the main drive belt over here, which is obviously a ribbed belt and it's not stretched. So that is your idler over here, and obviously it's really inaccessible to reach naively. So the way you just do this, I think, I'm going to attempt this, is you want to get a 14 mil aviation wrench, one that's zero offset but sticks out a little bit just like this, and that works great. Ironically enough, the 6 catch can mount is kind of perfectly in the way, so I'm probably going to rip this out when I actually do it for real. But literally all you do is basically in the middle of the, you can kind of see it there, in the middle of the idler there's a 14 mil bolt. It's under decently tight. All you do is take this, reach down into the middle of it, grab it like so, and then you can just go and move that idler. So that's how you go ahead and you loosen that basically. So you just loosen it enough. I figure you just loosen it enough, bop it off the alternator, and then your belt's loose. And then you want to route everything up over here and make sure the alternator is the last one you get on there, and move the idler up. Shimmy your belt around where you need to be, and then you're done basically. So it should be a pretty quick job, I think. I'm gonna try this again maybe a month down the line. I'm getting the belts in right now. I'm gonna use the OEM belts because I've heard of some weird shenanigans when you buy like a Rock Auto belt and it's a little on the short side. So I'm gonna use the OEM belts, but figured like I haven't seen a lot of videos out there on Theta 2, Elantra, Veloster, and how do you deal with the belts basically. I figure like this is the way to go because there's not a lot of access otherwise in there, and this totally works, by the way. So at least it feels like it works. I'm able to move that idler around. I'm just gonna shimmy the cash can mount out of the way, and I should have easy access. But I'm gonna do the video just for clarity. So again, procedure is gonna be like, use this. I'm gonna have the car lifted, pull the wheel, pull the fender liner out, and use this. Move that back, get the belt off. Then I'm going to use a Lyle tool, get that stretch belt off, replace the stretch belt, and then snake up this belt over here, make sure everything's attached. Obviously your compressor and the main belt, the main pulley, and then move the idler out of the way up above the car, snap that in place, put the idler back down, and everything should be done, basically.